man hobbling out in pants.
I disagree with you. I really like that match. I thought it's done wonders for the Ultimate Warrior's career. And, you know, he showed a new move in that match as well. He did the bear hug from behind, where he kind of put his hands around his waist quite gently. And really...
the bear hug was okay, I'll give you that. But other than that, there was about 5 minutes in the match where they were just outside the ring.
Rolling around
in glitter. And I was thinking, what's going on?
And they looked like they'd been playing Twister, really, on a really dodgy mat, because they had different coloured circles on their backs at the
It's
end.
the most ridiculous thing
Oh,
ever.
it was amazing.
And the crowd was so silent the entire time.
I disagree. I think they were volatile. If I wouldn't want to go to a match like that, because I'd just be too scared.
They didn't make any noise whatsoever. And
what match were you watching? They were really, really loud.
And I'll speak for a lot of wrestling fans here, and I'll say that my heart sank while watching that. I have so many good memories of the Ultimate Warrior back in the sort of 80s, 90s, thinking, you know, this guy was amazing, full of energy. He just looked like a horrible, withered old man that's taken too many steroids.
But he pinned Orlando Jordan with a shoulder tackle.
Yeah.
Now, why didn't you like that?
It wasn't. It was like a half clothesline. It wasn't even a shoulder block.
Flying shoulder tackle. He tackled his shoulder with his own shoulder. And
I mean, oh god,
Didn't
where
have
was
the
the what's the press he does above the
gorilla
head?
press.
Is that what it is?
We
Yeah.
practiced it on gorillas. That's what it's called.
Mark Henry.
Mark Henry just rings him up. Like, Mark, come round here. I need to practice my finishing.
That's something I'd like to see. Is the Ultimate Warrior do a gorilla press on Mark Henry?
Yeah.
I think that would crush Warrior's old feeble frame.
I don't think so.
I'm launching a tirade against Warrior here.
I don't know why. I enjoyed that match a lot. I know you. I still don't see why you didn't get it. You haven't really given me any good reasons why.
Okay, right. The reasons why is okay. We didn't pay for it, so let's get this out of the way first. So, Warrior, if you want to sue us for illegally watching it on YouTube, you can. I fully admit that because we watched it on YouTube. But if I would have paid, what was it, £50, $50 to watch a 50-year-old man with tassels round his arms, with white pants on, hug another man for about 80% of the match, and then do 3 things while rolling around in some glitter,
I don't know.
I would have thought I was completely crazy. And not only that, but
You're being unduly harsh. He was injured. Warrior was injured.
apparently Warrior twisted his ankle beforehand.
Yeah, I don't know, he ran to the ring too fast in practice and
It was unbelievable how slow he ran to the ring.
Yeah, if you haven't seen that yet.
My favourite bit is when he gets Orlando Jordan in the corner, and Orlando Jordan sort of climbs to the top rope. Like, it takes him about half an hour to do that. And then the Warrior slowly climbs up with him, and then Orlando just kind of throws himself off, and Warrior just sort of suplexes him
That
off
was
there.
Warrior's power. Basically, he called on the power of the Warriors. You know that thing he does with his hand, right? You can't really see what I'm doing, but he kind of makes a toot your horn gesture with his arm. And that draws upon the power of the Warriors.
There's no power. There's no power. It's a 50-year-old man in pants shaking some ropes, trying to... He's obviously broke. And he charges $55 to meet him.
Does he?
Yeah.
I'll pay that.
I wouldn't.
Well paid.
I wouldn't pay anything near that amount.
Well, how much would he pay?
Nothing. He's a right-wing idiot.
I don't know.
You're right-wing as well, and that's disgusting. You're like him. You just hate, you know, everybody.
I don't know about that. I think we're not going to settle this one. I love that match. You didn't.
I thought the match was fucking terrible. And Warrior's a fucking idiot.
He's not.
He is.
I think he deserves to, deserves a title shot after that match.
There's only 3 wrestlers that are worse than the Ultimate Warrior.
Go on.
1, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Absolutely terrible. He's
like
got 1 move. At least Warrior has 2 moves.
Alright, go on then.
Stone Cold Steve Austin's got 1 move. The other one is probably John Cena.
Okay, well, to cut you off there, like I've been really annoyed that he's not champion at the moment. Why did they give it to CM
Because he's
Punk?
doing a movie. Oh, well, let's get back onto CM Punk in a minute. Let me give you my third one for now.
Go on.
Bret the Hitman Hart. Bret the Hitman Hart is the worst wrestler in history.
Because he's really good and he's got
No,
loads of
what?
European
He's
moves.
not. No, he's not really good. It's a misconception. How can someone who just hugs someone for 20 minutes and then just lies on top of them for a pin count be good?
because you win a lot of matches by lying on top of someone and getting a 3 count.
Well, yes, but that's not the point.
It is the point.
It's just boring to watch. I'd rather watch Ultimate Warrior against
Kali.
Great Khali, and throw in watch shitty referee. Mick Foley is a referee. There you go. I'd rather that 5 times over than watch any second of Bret the Hitman Hart.
You're too critical of Bret Hart. He's a Canadian hero. He's the most.
He's a Canadian idiot.
He's not.
And I'm glad that he was screwed in Montreal.
Well,
I'm glad.
I don't know. I think Vince is kind of right. He did screw himself by not training hard enough to win that match. If he worked harder at some of his moves, he might not have lost. So I'll agree with you there. I don't really feel.
Yeah, I don't know how we can moan that it was. He lost fair and square.
No, yeah.
Shawn Michaels, pinned him.
He made him tap out.
Oh no, tapped out. Yeah.
I mean, the ref called the bell. You can't. As a ref, you've got to do as best as you can. The crowd's pretty loud. You've got to call what you see, isn't it? You can't blame the ref.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, it was it was neck and neck. But
it was a close match, but.
Well, the Montreal Screwjob will be a topic. We'll probably dedicate an entire podcast just to the Montreal Screwjob.
Where Bret screwed himself. But anyway, back to CM Punk. Like, why? It's so boring giving him the belt.
It's not at all.
Just freshen things up. Give it to John Cena. He hasn't had the belt for ages. Why not give it to him?
Well, John Cena, he hasn't had it for a while, but when he had it far too long.
It wasn't long enough. He had more to do with that belt.
He had nothing to do with it.
CM Punk, like, why?
Like, you've got this hatred of CM Punk, basically because you don't like Pepsi.
Yeah, and because he... that, and he just knees people in the face. That's all he does.
Yeah, we've been through this. He doesn't just knee people.
He won the belt by just
wears,
kneeing someone.
he wears straight edge tattoos. Okay. It's not just kneeing people, is it? He's straight edge. He doesn't fight, or drink, or smoke, or do anything bad. But yet kneeing someone in the face is perfectly alright.
It's terrible. I really hate it at the moment that he's champion.
I don't. I like the fact that CM Punk
just give it to Triple H. He needs
just
to
give it to Triple H. Give it to a guy that spits water.
Yeah.
At least CM Punk, believes in something. He's ethical.
Believes in kneeing people in the face, and that is...
No, he believes in straight edge. He doesn't do steroids. He doesn't drink. He doesn't smoke. He doesn't, do anything bad. He's not violent in any way.
He threatened Vicky Guerrero in the ring.
Okay, yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Send her back to SmackDown. Was he happy?
No, he was going to buy her a plane ticket or something.
No, he started wheeling her to the corner.
No, he was meekly.
No, he
wasn't doing it in a violent way, was it?
But where does he think SmackDown is? Where is he going to wheel her to? Is he actually going to walk her all the way to SmackDown?
Yeah, he's a gentleman. He would do that. He's straight edge.
Alright, fair enough.
He'd never leave a horrible, slug-like, fat, pie-faced woman like Vicky Guerrero.
I don't know. Anyway, moving on from CM Punk, because I can bitch and moan about him for ages. But what other topics? I wanted to ask you actually about kayfabing. What do you know about kayfabe? What does it mean to you?
Kayfabe to me means, isn't it, like a storyline that's supposed to be that's not real, but they're trying to make it real.
Yeah, it's kind of like when they. It's basically when you pretend to be a wrestler outside of the wrestling. Like when they flew Ted DiBiase on first class to make him look like a real millionaire.
Yes.
Do you think they should bring that back?
Proper kayfabe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they should, and I think they should. I think they should make Edge do pornographic movies.
Force him to do porn movies. Right, you came up with the R-rated thing.
Yeah, you've got to earn it now by having sex with all these whores.
They should do that, but
and the Undertaker should be forced to actually undertake burials.
He wouldn't know how to.
He would. He's an Undertaker. Of course he does.
Well, he spent his whole career just burying people.
Imagine if, your loved one died, and then I know this funeral parlour would send them there. They turn up, and it's just like the Undertaker wearing spandex.
Oh dear. And like a cowboy hat. Oh.
Yeah, on a bike. He delivers the coffin on a bike.
That's what I just wanted to ask you about kayfabe. But just imagine if normal people did that. Like, what if you just met someone? You're a graphic designer. You just made them a website on the spot, even though they didn't ask for one. Just to maintain this image that you're a graphic designer. And like, as a lawyer, if you like borrow a DVD, or
No,
something,
you just screwed someone over. That's what lawyers do.
I don't know. Like if you phone me, I'll charge you like a tenner for
A tenner,
5 minutes.
Do you want to come down the pub? Yeah, that'll be £35, please.
You just get a letter in the post from me. But I love kayfabe for that reason.
But, well, the